term efficiency is defined as the ability to achieve an end goal with minimal waste, effort, or energy. Essentially, when you're efficient, you're able to maximize the resources you have in the best way possible because all the processes are optimized and waste is minimized. Now, wouldn't it be nice to apply the same concept to our home and financial lives? So in that spirit, in today's video, I want to review 9 ways we can build a financially efficient household. Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Tay from Financial Tortoise, where we learn to grow our wealth slow and steady. The number 1 way we can build a financially efficient household is to know thy expense. You want to have a really good understanding of all your household expenses. Recurring monthly payments like home mortgage and subscriptions, one-time discretionary spendings like eating out or new clothes, and semi-annual and annual expenses like insurance premiums and tax payments. Unless you know where your money is going, you cannot start to make your home financially efficient. Trying to operate a household without knowing where your hard-earned money is going is like trying to drive a car without a speedometer, rearview mirror, and proper headlights. You can do it, but it will be extremely hard and quite inefficient. The first step to knowing your expenses is by tracking your spending. For at least a couple months, list out all your expenses so you can wrap your head around where your money is going. If you're doing this for the first time, you'll notice some surprise findings. For my wife and I, the most glaring surprises we always notice are unsuspecting subscriptions we had completely forgotten about. The Amazon Kids subscription we got when my son was 2 years old and I hadn't got around to canceling. Or most recently, the online newspaper subscription that automatically renewed without me even realizing it. Master knowing your expenses. A financially efficient household knows where every penny goes every month so you can make your best financial decision. The number 2 way to build a financially efficient household is to hold a recurring money meeting. If you're married, with your spouse, and if you're single, just with yourself. I know meetings aren't fun, and money meetings are the worst. However, they serve as a cornerstone of a financially efficient household. Once you know where all your money is going, you want recurring checkpoints where you can check on progress, make decisions, and adjust as you go. And don't think this has to be an extended 3-hour meeting that you might have at work. Even a 10-minute check-in once a month is more than enough. My wife and I try to do this at least once a month. It usually entails going over our budget, how we're doing against our budget, and talk about any upcoming major expenses, such as tuition payment, new laptop, or property taxes. It gives us an opportunity to get on the same page with our finances, and also gives us an opportunity to review our long-term goals and see how we're tracking towards them. Don't over-formalize or make it bigger than it actually is. It should be as casual as deciding what you're going to have for dinner tonight. And the more often and frequently you have them, the more natural it gets. The number 3 way to build a financially efficient household is to use outsource services, especially for those activities that may not be adding directly to our net worth. It's easy to assume that a financially efficient household might choose to do all home-related chores in-house in the spirit of saving money. Think mowing the lawn, installing a new garage door, or even house cleaning. However, a financially efficient household isn't all about saving money at all times. It is about prioritizing our highest value activity and therefore deprioritizing everything else. And oftentimes, mowing our own lawn or installing our own water heater may not be the best use of our time in maximizing our household's financial bottom line. Just the other day, we had a water leak in our house. One of the water pipes that run across the attic had a small hole and it created a puddle of water right above our living room. Now, trying to be a MacGyver dad, I grabbed my ladder and jumped eagerly into our attic to assess and maybe even fix the leaking pipe. But I quickly realized that it was beyond my capability. Sure, maybe I could have spent hours looking up YouTube videos and going to my local hardware store to get the right tools to patch it up. But knowing my own incompetence when it comes to household maintenance, it would have taken me days or even weeks trying to figure it out. And most importantly, it would have taken time and energy away from my personal highest value activities, like creating useful YouTube videos or researching ways to expand my business. So I decided to outsource it right away, and a local handyman that we knew was able to fix it within just a matter of hours. Don't think you have to be the entire do-it-yourself guy or gal in order to save money. Many times, it pays to outsource some household activities so you can concentrate your valuable time and energy towards more financially productive activities. The number 4 way to build a financially efficient household is directly related to our home itself, and that is to make our homes more energy efficient. Utility costs, especially during summer and winter times, are many households' biggest expenses. Here in California where I live, summer times can be brutal. Not just the weather, but on our electric bill due to needing to have the AC on at all times. Going through our home and seeing where we can minimize energy leaks can serve to optimize our recurring utility cost. And if you're planning to stay at your home for a long period of time, optimizing your energy efficiency will definitely save you more money in the long run. When we first moved into our current home, because the house was built over 70 years ago, we still had the original windows that came with the home from the 1950s, made out of wood and single pane glass. During winter, you can literally feel the cold air seeping through the cracks. So though it costs extra up front, we decided to replace all the old windows with newer double pane windows. Financially efficient households are constantly looking at ways to minimize recurring expenses, and a good way to do that is to make your home more energy efficient. The number 5 way to build a financially efficient household is the willingness to prioritize practical over style. Cars are probably the best example of this. It's not a surprise that we Americans are obsessed with cars, and for a good reason. The type of car displays status, and some people even judge us based on the type of car we drive. When I was in college, I used to work as a valet at a high-end mall, and I sure thought this way as well. I automatically assumed that someone who drove up in a brand new Jaguar was rich, and a person driving up in a beat-up Civic was poor. Oh, how naive and shallow I was. It's not to say we shouldn't pursue style at all. I like my hair, so I spare no expenses when it comes to its maintenance. But let's be smart about it. Let's not do it to impress other people. Do it for ourselves. Most people could care less what we drive, what we own, or what our hair looks like. You want a sturdy, safe vehicle for your family? Get the one with the highest safety rating, not the one with the highest price tag and status symbol. You want a watch that works? Get the one with the highest durability, not the one being advertised in luxury magazines. Focus on practicality over style. The number 6 way to build a financially efficient household is to always shop with a list. We don't need statistics to validate this fact. The majority of shoppers in America today are impulse buyers. Majority of us hardly show up at a store with a list. We just wander around the store without a game plan. We browse. We look at what new items are in today, checking out this item and that. And before we know it, we're at the checkout line with a bunch of items we had no intention of buying when we first stepped into the store. This fact has been proven time and time again. Without a list, we often buy things we don't need, or even worse, want. We bought them because the marketing machine encouraged us to buy before they ran out, or because it was on sale. A financially efficient household, however, knows the game that the companies are playing. So they sidestep their marketing schemes by always shopping with a list. What I like to do is have a running list on my phone where I add items every time I think of something. Even if it's something I can buy quickly online like Amazon, I add to the list first before going online. Because when you jump into Amazon or any other e-commerce website without a specific list, it is essentially the same as walking into a retail store without a plan. Our minds and will are weak. So combat it by always shopping with a list. The number 7 way to build a financially efficient household is to buy in bulk when you can. Besides Amazon and Trader Joe's, one of my other most favorite places to shop is Costco. Given items we buy for our homes are most often the same items every month, I can get the most bang for the buck when I buy them in bulk. Paper towel? Why get 4 rolls from Albertsons? Just get 20 from Costco. How about hand soap? Why get individual ones from Bath Body & Works for $6 a piece? Just buy 2 gallons from Costco to last us for the rest of the year. You want to of course think this one out so you aren't left with 5 pounds of chicken nuggets your kids don't want to eat after feeding them same ones for 6 straight months. But if you're strategic about your purchase, again, going back to the financially efficient household, always shopping with a list, this is a great way to save money and find efficiency. The number 8 way to build a financially efficient household is to practice minimalism. And I'm not meaning you should live out of suitcase, but rather understand the principle and try to apply the most relevant aspect to our lives. When we have less possessions in our lives, it makes us naturally more efficient and productive. We have less items to look after, less material objects to deal with, and ultimately less things that can bog us down. In the book Minimalism by Josh Milburn and Ryan Nicodemus, Josh tells a story about finding a bunch of boxes under his mom's bed after her death. As he was going through her home, he found several sealed boxes, each number 1 through 4, all seemingly untouched under his mom's bed. When he cut them open, he found old papers from his elementary school days, spelling tests, cursive writing lessons, artwork. Every shred of paper from his first 4 years of school. It was evident she hadn't accessed the sealed boxes in years, yet she held on to these things because she was trying to hold on to a piece of her son, a piece of the past. And how many of us do this all the time? I sure am guilty of it. I too have boxes of my kids' artwork in our closet right now. It takes conscious effort to constantly scrub through them and throw them out. I have to be willing to let go of things because the more we hold on to, the more we spend our time and energy on them. And they take away our time and energy from being able to focus on things that really matter, the relationships that are right in front of us. It may not be easy for us natural hoarders out there, but let's try to practice letting things go so we can build a more not just a financially efficient household, but an overall efficient household. The number 9 way to build a financially efficient household is to practice this French term, Mise-En-Place, within our home. For those of you hearing this term for the first time, let me explain what this means. When you go to a fancy 5-star restaurant, have you ever wondered how they're able to produce excellent quality dishes every single time, day in, day out, year after year? Well, it's not by accident. Chefs have a specific system for accomplishing this amazing feat. It is due to this culinary philosophy called Mise-En-Place. Developed in France starting in the late 1800s, Mise-En-Place is a step-by-step process for producing high-quality food efficiently. In a busy kitchen, chefs can never afford to stop the whole kitchen just so that they can clean up. So they learn to keep their workspace clean and organized in the flow of the meals they're preparing. In the kitchen, this means small habits like always putting the spatula in the same place so they know where to find it next time. Immediately wiping a knife clean after using so it's ready for the next cut. or laying out the ingredients in order so they minimize trips to the pantry. In the same way, we can organize our home in a way where we have a place for everything. For example, the shoe rack where we put away our shoes every time we come home. Bookshelf where we know all the books go back to after having been read. Or identifying a specific drawer where the kitchen pan goes to after every use. Now, we can't be perfect with this practice because that is frankly asking too much. This isn't a home organization channel. But if you can adhere to some principle of finding a home for every item in your house, then it will naturally lead to a more efficient home. You don't accidentally buy two of something because you can't find the original. And you aren't wasting precious time searching when you can focus that energy on more financially productive activities. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Being a financially efficient household is a process, not an end state. I hope some of the traits I shared in this video can help you rethink your setup at home. In the line of efficiency, if you'd like to learn more about how to simplify your overall finances, please check out my video here. Until next time, all the best.